Hello, Danvers, and welcome to another edition of Danvers Daily. I am Greg Dolan, the Executive Director here at DCAT, and today we're going to be talking about education. So who else would I talk to except the Education Coordinator from DCAT, Ben Thomas. Ben, thanks so much for coming on. We've had a lot going on the education side. We just wrapped some camps over April. We got some stuff coming up. We got some new technology. We're going to touch on all those things in the next 5-ish minutes. So Ben, why don't you talk a little bit about the camps we just wrapped?
Yeah, so last week we had the April vacation camps. We had about 15 kids between the morning and afternoon session, and we had a lot of fun. We did play with green screen, we did a news show, we did stop motion, video game streaming, iPad trailers, all sorts of stuff. And the kids seemed to have a good time.
Yeah, it was good. We crammed a lot into 5 days. It was fun. They learned a lot. And I think the thing we'll focus on right now to start is the stop motion. So maybe you explain a little bit about what stop motion is.
Yeah, so stop motion is kind of like, it's like the same type of animation as Nightmare Before Christmas, Wallace and Gromit, Shaun the Sheep, all that kind of stuff. And what it is you take a bunch of pictures of a doll or a Lego or what claymation character, and then you keep taking pictures, moving them a little bit each time, so that when you play the video, it looks like they're moving like actual people.
So I think what we'll do now is instead of tell, we'll show. So we have a clip we can show you of stop motion. So this is one of the ones that the kids did over April vacation. So we'll jump over to that, and you can see exactly what this is like. All right, so that was a sneak peek at the Mario movie.
Yep.
So, very cool. It's very cool. Some of the kids are really great, really patient. It takes a lot of time to move the character a little bit, and for kids to be able to sit there and have that level of patience is very cool, very impressive, you know?
Yeah, there's always a couple kids who aren't super interested in it, and there's always a couple kids who are very interested in it. So it's always a fun thing to introduce them to, spend a little bit of time on.
Speaking of introducing things, how's that for a big segue? We did a new piece of technology that we debuted over this camp called Adobe Firefly. So Adobe Firefly is Adobe, who makes Premiere and Photoshop and some of those programs you're probably familiar with. This is their first foray into the world of artificial intelligence. So one of the features that we did a few things. One was creating text, which was cool, but the really cool one was creating completely unique images based on a text prompt. So you could write in, you know, a cat wearing a party hat on the moon, and it would create a completely original series of photos for you to choose from.
Yeah, and I think the first one we're going to show right now is a panda eating chips on a couch, so you can start imagining what that might look like.
Yeah, and there it is. So very cool. So the kids came up with these really original prompts, and then what they would do is they would have to guess the prompt without being able to see it. So half the kids would be able to see the image, the other group wouldn't, and they would have to act it out and try to guess what was behind them. So they would be acting like a panda or acting like a dinosaur jumping on a trampoline in space was one of the cool ones that they did right here. Let's see what we got. What's the next one? A hedgehog. I think you said this one was giving a high five. I think it looks like waving.
Yeah. The AI had a little bit of trouble with the high five.
So it trouble with hands too. 6 fingers. You know.
Yeah.
This one, this was a
tarantula in a haunted house at a birthday party.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just a party, but
you can see the balloons. You can kind of see it. Very terrifying, but very cool. Because we're very into this one. And then the last one I think we have is a giraffe eating pizza underwater. So it's really cool. It's a good way to introduce a new piece of technology. If you're interested in doing this, we have this program. It is not available to the general public yet. However, we are in the beta, so if you come on down, we can show you how it works, and it's really cool. Going forward, this will be a big piece of what we do as far as our workflows and how we're creating video backgrounds and images and all sorts of cool stuff.
I think you've shown in the later this year, early next year, there's a whole bunch of new stuff it's going to be able to do. So it's a whole new learning experience.
A lot of video tools and stuff like that. It's going to be very, very, very cool. So we're excited. That is something we have to offer to new members, but also at our next set of camps coming up, which is another segue. So Ben, maybe you can talk a little bit about the camps we have coming up this summer.
Yes, over the summer we're going to try and do 3 camps. We don't have the dates specifically set right now, but we're going to hopefully have that in the next couple weeks. But we're going to do 3 camps. We're going to do a beginner's camp, which is for kids who have never been to DCAT, who are new to video production and maybe want to learn a little bit more. That'll be kind of a new introduction for kids to DCAT. The second camp we're going to do is a short film camp. So that will be kids come in, we make a short film over the week, use the good cameras, the DSLRs, go over film theory and all that stuff, and acting and editing, composition, all that stuff.
come out with one finished
in a
product.
fun way.
Yeah,
I think I
looks
rolled
super
my eyes
fun.
when I said film theory because it sounds
film theory rules.
It's
I love
awesome,
film theory.
but for kids it might be boring. But we're gonna do it in a fun way.
Yeah, we can make it fun. We've made it fun before. But yeah, at the end they leave with a fully made short film that they get to star in, direct, showed off to all their friends and family. It'd be a super cool camp.
And then the last camp we're going to do is a video game camp. So that will be, apparently the youths these days are into video game streaming.
Yes.
So what we'll do is we have a Nintendo Switch at DCAT, and we will have the kids come in. We'll show them how to enhance their video streaming and how to make like a actual production of a show around a video game. And then hopefully at the end of the camp, we will culminate with a tournament where we'll invite kids from the same age range in from who are not in the camp, and do a big tournament of Super Smash Brothers, and do a whole stream and production of the whole show.
Yes, we've done those before. The last one we did, Ben, you were saying before, was February of 2020, so right before everything changed and we could no longer have big gatherings. We had 32 kids in here for like 3 or 4 hours doing a big tournament. It was super
we
fun.
Had pizza. It was
great. It was great. Lots of hype, lots of excitement, and I'm excited to bring that back. And that'll be this summer, and that'll be the end of that camp. So very cool. And with that, I think we're ready to say goodbye for today. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll be in touch. We'll have more information about when those camps are. If you're interested in signing up, you can always reach out to Ben at danverstv.org. And if you want to mess around with Firefly or any of the other programs we have, it is available for members, so come on down. Thanks for joining us today. Again, I'm Greg Dolan, the Executive Director here at DCAT. I hope you have a great day. Bye.